Hello everyone and welcome to This Just In. Don't mind me, I've just realised my mic fell over.
Jesus Christ.
It's one of those days. Welcome to This Just In, our regularly scheduled weekly gaming talk show and schedule update. I'm joined today by Viking.
Hello.
And Connor.
Hi.
As of course I am Kazu, your regular host here. And let's get the schedule out of the way because we've got a bit of a mix-up coming this week. So on obviously Mondays, as of now, 8 PM BST, you have This Just In, which is the weekly gaming talk show where we talk about random gaming news, what we're doing for the week, random crap. That only lasts an hour tops usually. Sometimes it overruns, because sometimes Pokemon Unite comes out. And other nights it's kind of quiet, but it's chill, we're vibing. Wednesday, we're changing away from Pixelmon. We're giving that a bit of a break, and we're moving on to a Minecraft mod pack called Stoneblock 2. So Stoneblock 2 is a relatively popular pack that's been around for quite a while. And the premise of Stoneblock 2 is you start in a room. Every surface of the room is stone. There is a tree that grows underground in the middle, and a chest where you get a couple of starter bits. And your goal is to go from one tree in a room underground to a sprawling Minecraft empire of automation and machinery and farming and stuff. So it's kind of like a reverse Skyblock in that instead of just starting on a tiny block of land and you build outwards, you start surrounded by all of the land and have to dig it out. So it's honestly one of my favourite mod packs. I've played the original Skyblock. I've played Skyblock. I've played Sky Factory, and then I've played Stoneblock. Stoneblock 2 is my favourite, purely because gravity hates me, and in this one I don't have to worry about gravity. That's going to be on Wednesday at 8 PM BST, and I would love it if my stream manager wouldn't vanish on me. And then on Friday, we've got Pokemon Unite. We're gonna get Sean. We've press ganged Sean.
Oh yeah.
Into streaming from his Switch with his fancy schmancy equipment, and we're gonna group up. There's gonna be 5 of us. We're gonna play Unite, and we're gonna get some laughs going. All of this is at 8 PM BST because we're British and it is summertime and I hate it and it is warm.
Yeah, that can sod off.
No, I know, right? But yeah, so Unite's going to be on... Pokemon Unite is on Friday. I'm a filthy Snorlax main. I have decided this. I've played 4 games today, and all I've played is Snorlax, because I've set him as my favourite Pokemon, so my choice defaults to him. So my team turns around and goes, "Oh, you're playing Defender?" Then I'm like, yes.
Sure. Yes, Defender.
I'll go with No, I don't play Defender. I play Snorlax, because Crustle is a monster. Crustle is the reward for the 7th day of challenges. So I'm 2 days away from unlocking Crustle and becoming the Crab God. It's honestly, Unite is hella fun, and I'm glad we're playing it, and I'm glad we get to stream it. Sean's been playing it as he's vibing in chat, and he's been enjoying Machamp, which is probably a good thing because Machamp is probably one of the biggest problems most defenders have because he's very good at just noping your crowd control and being like, "Do you know what? I'm unstoppable now." I've also been messing around with Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is generally kind of ass, unfortunately, but if you're in the right position, Wigglytuff will roll your shit. Because Wigglytuff likes to play pinball. Because I'm like, yo, we could put Miltank into the game and give her rollout, but then the game devs were like, no, but have you considered Wigglytuff with a rollout? It's a mess. That's what it is. Wigglytuff is a mess. If you intend to play Wigglytuff at a high level, it's suffering, is what that is. But that's generally the schedule out of the way. when you should probably move on to some of the bigger bits of gaming news. We've got a couple actually, which makes a change from us asking around and go, actually, I've not found anything. So I think the first thing we want to bring up is Amazon's big fancy schmancy MMO, New World, is in closed beta. There's two stories actually I want to bring up about this game. Some streamer, whose name I don't know because the articles I read didn't mention her by name, got permanently banned from the game by milking a cow in-game. A action that the game has programmed and, prompts press E to milk the cow.
Yes.
It completed the action, completed the animation, put the milk into her inventory, and then the game went permanently banned. Your reason, banned from the game. For no that's it. You played the game. How dare you? Banned.
Yeah. How dare you play our game?
How dare you beta test our game? How dare you milk a cow in our game where we suggest you milk cows?
It's probably like pissing off the Chinese or something, isn't it? It's like milk cows.
How dare you milk a cow? That's not halal. I don't know. That's not Chinese, is it? That's something else. Hang on.
I just put the clip in.
Not sponsored, but Relentless is good. So, in general, from what I've seen, New World is actually looking kind of okay. The closed betas peaked over 200,000 players, which isn't bad. But I don't know if it's going to be an FF14 killer.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, do you remember the days when we'd say WoW killer and now it's FF14 killer?
Turns out the real WoW kill was just
was the
corpse.
Was the people making it.
Yeah. Before we roll on to World of Warcraft and Blizzard, the other point I wanted to bring up with New World is that it's melting 3090s.
Yeah.
So people playing New World with GTI 3090s. I think it's that.
All right.
Only 3090s have been drastically overheating.
That's kind of funny.
Actually breaking the graphics card overheating. 3080s, fine. 3070s, fine. 3090s, your PC's on fire. The dev team have turned around and went, we don't know why. We're going to replace your graphics card. And honestly, if they did anything less than that, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? But
that feels like more of a problem with the graphics card than the game.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny.
There should definitely be fail safes in place.
I kind of think it's funny how it's just 3090s though. That's what you get for trying to get ahead of the curve. Yeah. It's kind of funny also because that's the bit miner. That's the crypto miner's card of choice, isn't it? The 3090. At least it was before they added the anti-mining firmware to it, which got cracked in 8 hours. Which is a surprise to no one whatsoever. There is another story. I think I've brought this one up before, but it's related to crypto, so I'm kind of just segueing my way along. What was originally considered to be a crypto farm in Ukraine turned out to be a warehouse full of PS4s playing Ultimate Team.
Ultimate Team,
as in FIFA.
Oh,
the card game in FIFA.
Wow, okay, that's pretty. So
to farm the in-game coins.
That's amazing.
Which I honestly think is great because I'm gonna open my door because I'm far too warm.
It's not Bitcoins.
It's not bitcoins. It's also there was photos and it was a full-blown warehouse block with shelves upon shelves of upright PS4s with a good foot of space of area to keep cool, space. That's the word I was looking for. And then it's so how did we figure out they were playing Ultimate Team? The police took a discount of one.
And just started
they all had FIFA in them, which I think is honestly amazing that you make good money by farming FIFA coins in Ukraine.
Yeah, there's something fundamentally wrong about farming something which physically doesn't exist.
I think my
You're farming an idea more than anything.
I think
else,
my
aren't you?
favorite example was it was at one point where RuneScape Gold was more valuable than Venezuelan dollars or whatever their currency is. So it was more efficient.
Oh yeah, that thing tanks like so hard though. Like the paper the money was on was worth more than the money itself. Like,
Yeah. The fact that you could trade multiple Venezuelan currency for one RuneScape Gold was great. It got to the point where, like, I think I remember like reading it. It was like 30% of RuneScape Gold farmers at the moment are from Venezuela. It's like, is it that bad? But no. So we're gonna So that's a few different topics I've kind of bounced back and forth between. So let's get on to what is probably the big one. Connor, if you'd like to take it away, since you're the one that brought this up.
Oh, man. Oh, it's like the... did not say anything too long. There's, the state of... Was it the state of California courts or something like that?
Yeah.
Just, like, put down big 2-year investigation into, like, workplace practices and, like, sexual harassment cases and, like, discrimination. Just, like, a endless list, and like there's been loads of like stories coming out from like the employees and stuff, just talking about.
And that's what Activision. That's Activision Blizzard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
So there's a lot of like ongoing stuff.
That's a lot of yikes. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Because like, I remember reading into this a bit myself. The former CEO came out on Twitter and was like, "I failed you. I failed women." I was like,
I'm gonna hazard a guess this sort of thing happens at most of them. I'm guessing EA have got something like this going on as well.
It would not surprise me.
Like Riot was like the last big one.
So, like, Riot's one was weird because a lot of it was the higher end staff were just creeps.
Yeah.
A lot of the lower staff were just like, nah.
Once you get to that sort of level, it's a power trip, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You just end up so like that's how you get that high though. You become that sort of creep. Every company is going to be doing this, but Activision got caught out.
I mean, I remember the article mentioned it potentially led to one woman killing herself.
Yeah,
which is a tad, like, oh boy, this is serious.
Yeah.
Not that, harassing people and being a bunch of creeps isn't serious, but it goes to show just how bad it is when it drives someone to that point.
Yeah.
It's a big yike. Like, there's multiple yikes here. That's a big yikes. Like, it is high up on the yike scale. It is well beyond that of an oof. It is well beyond that of an oh boy. That is well high on the yikes scale.
Yikes.
On this
boy workplace culture.
Yeah, it was, so I remember actually also my favorite parody article website, harddrive.net, theharddrive.net, was fraternity accused of having Activision Blizzard style culture. I love the hard drive; they're great. But they're also the hard drive is also
a shit subject to talk about. Like,
yeah, like it's just horrid. Yeah, there we go. That's the band from after milking a cow. I'm gonna pop that open and pop that on stream. So we're gonna double back a little bit to get off the subject of sexual harassment in the workplace. Yeah. And I'm gonna suffer here, as I always do. Window capture that one, thank you. Yeah, that can stay there. That can cover like half my face. So like, if I go this way, hello.
Bessie?
So yeah, look, hold E to milk Bessie.
Am I milking her? What? not even spelled correctly.
Permanent ban.
After I milked a cow.
Reason you have been banned.
Not even.
That's what
Banned
you get
because
for
banned.
yeah, not even banned. No, yeah, just that's what you get for milking a cow. Denied. Begone, farmer thought.
I feel like there's a metaphor in there somewhere.
Yeah, I honestly like
Twitch are banned for milking it too much. Like,
I think the timing was kind of funny. Milked cow is immediately banned.
yeah,
Like, it's the fact that she gets something, it's like, I've milked her, and then the game freezes, like, you are banned.
No.
No. You are denied.
I mean,
I kind of think
she can't have been banned for milking the cow. What was she doing before that? Like,
she was literally, like, she was playing the game as intended. Like, genuinely, like, she went back and watched her own stream. I remember, I did look into this a little bit. She went back and watched her own stream and was like, yeah, I did what the game told me to do. I, like, gathered some boar meat and, like, then milked a cow and then suddenly banned. And I'm like, bro, what? Imagine, like, that's like buying a house in FF14 and then Square Enix are like, how dare you buy a house, which we've allowed, ban!
Buying a house, do you feel like that, though?
I mean, kind of, FF14
do
house
they not
buying
want-
is a mess.
did I not want the beta being streamed or something? Is that?
No, other people have streamed it without issue.
Oh.
It's just,
This is like a...
it's a closed beta that anyone can apply for, so it's like... You've been banned for being banned. It could be like the automated ban system's just gone out of control and just
Like you've
randomly...
got too much milk. You're milking it too much.
You can't milk those! Banned.exe, you know. That's what you get for... I think it's... I feel sorry for her. Because, like, it is the randomest thing you can get banned for. That's like playing RuneScape, mining iron ore, and be like, banned for mining. Denied. Like...
So I wonder... It must have been fixed by now.
I
There's
don't
no
know.
way.
I don't know. You're hogging the milk industry. Yeah, you've got, like, a monopoly. What's her name? Thank you, Google, for suggesting questions I don't want to ask. Such as age, real name, and sub count for this AnnieFuchsia chick. Yeah, like... New World player banned,
So what else we got?
I'm just having
Fix.
a quick read. The game's crashed while going fishing.
Yeah, it's beta though. Things like that are gonna happen.
And then it's like... Apparently it was accidental.
It was an accidental permanent ban.
Yes. And if you own a 3090, not to play the game. That's it. That's so it was an accidental ban that they're looking at reversing. I don't know how hard it is to reverse a permanent ban on a game you wrote, but that's just none of my business.
I mean, it's gonna be a list somewhere. You just take them off the list.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that sophisticated to undo it. You know?
Absolutely.
But, so, another bit of news that I noticed is that the new Orcs are out!
Yeah, I have an
Beast
anecdote.
snaggers. I'm
Me mate. So they went on, and the amount of people visiting the Games Workshop website immediately crashed it, and as pretty much every release does. But like they got on later, and it was
Something.
I think it sold out in the first 10 minutes or something. Like
I think it's kind of
every
apt for the Orc release because it's Orcs. Orcs. And you know what Orcs are like. The moment one of them gets a bright idea, they all have that bright idea, and it just kind of whee. That's what we call a warg.
yeah, both my mates managed to secure a copy by waiting outside Games Workshop until it opened on the day of release.
Man, do you remember when you used to camp outside game for stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
Good old days like Halo
like-
3.
there was the iPhone one where people actually set up tents and were there like 2 days in advance or something.
Oh god, yeah. And then some prick with the head of them would buy 10 and be like, "Yeah, I've bought them because I'm going to sell them."
Yes. Well, that's the problem. There's so many scalpers that the minute one of those sort of things comes out, the scalpers just jump on them instantly and they sell out.
We're gonna bring up Target having to lock Pokemon cards behind the counter. Or like or what is it? Walmart. So Walmart have a merchandising deal with Hasbro, who deal with all of the toys. Hasbro also own Wizards of the Coast, which means they own MTG. So MTG is included in the deal. So Walmart has to stock Magic cards. Walmart now has to put Magic cards in the same place, you know, like the locked section behind the customer service desk.
I think Game does it as well, don't they?
Yeah, where the like the cigarettes and the tobacco go.
With all the other addictive substances.
Like, yeah, like I mean, it's cardboard crack for a reason, Connor. Come on.
Oh yeah.
But like, big gruff man, I'll have 50 grams of tobacco, please.
Yeah.
8-year-old
Got any
child.
of those magic
Can I get us a pack of Forgotten Realms MTG, please? Like, sat there with the customers.
Rolls it up and tries to smoke.
Immediately gets swatted by the cops.
Top listing for the Beast Snaggers box, 200 quid on eBay. That is 80 quid profit. Like,
Stonks.
this is why it sells out. It's just they stick it instantly up on eBay and make an instant profit.
Like 80 quid's nothing to laugh at. I'd be alright with 80 quid.
80 quid for no work. Like,
What, you're only working
80 quid for
going on to...
literally, you're opening up Games Workshop. You're buying 10 of the fuckers for like, what is it, 1,200 quid,
Sell them for 200.
and then
Sell them for 200 each.
sell them for 200 each. You've
That's
made
£800
like,
profit. Over
800
10,
pounds.
yeah.
Easy. Just for sending out some boxes. Like,
That's just like...
this is why scalpers make so. Jesus, there's one here for 900 quid.
And some poor sap is going to buy that.
Yeah. Well, it's commission painted, I suppose, but
Oh, I mean, okay, that makes a bit of a difference, to be fair.
yeah.
Like there's 200 for just because I've bought the box on day one and I'm selling it, and
Yeah.
then 900 because I've bought the box and I'm going to custom paint them for you, and
Yeah.
then ship them. That I get that's
bit
slightly different, yeah. Orcs.
Still.
I remember like Orcs have always been an odd army to me because I remember back in the day, he says, of Assault. I think it's Assault on Black Reach was Marines versus Orcs. An AOBR was the only place you could get the Orc Deathcopters. There was never a separate box for Deathcopters. It was just the box set. So you'd get like an Orc. If you get like an Orc player in the back in the day, if you wanted enough like Deathcopters to be useful in a proper army, he's bought 4 boxes and he just wants to sell the Space Marine half because he doesn't want them. All he wanted was the Deathcopters, and he's got, you know, the extra models he's not going to complain about. He's an Orc player. He's got like 40 men a unit. But like, what do I do with all these Space Marines? He's like,
I'll see if I can find one of the videos, because it was quite. They had a joke about that, like that exact thing you were talking about.
Assault on Black Reach Deathcopters.
Yeah.
Man, the good old... I say the good old days. They were not the good old days. They were the days when Typhus was busted.
Yeah. He certainly still is. Like,
oh yeah, but at least he doesn't have a gun. Like, thank God for that. At least Khan has just a plasma pistol. Is this where you turn around? Typhus like Stormbolter.
You're right, he doesn't have a gun.
Oh, I was waiting for you to turn around and be like, yeah, they gave him a Stormbolter. Like, bro, you need to...
I'm really surprised about that. Like...
To be fair, he's a Terminator, specifically a Nurgle Terminator, and he's still got that bullshit scythe. He's almost unkillable by virtue of Nurgle Terminator. He doesn't need the gun. It's like, what's it, Abaddon? He's like, he was a Terminator and he's got a gun that's also a melee weapon. And also another melee weapon. Or a gun. And you're like, but why? So, I also kind of find it funny that even, like, Khorne's champion has a gun, but Typhus is like, nah, I just don't need one.
Yeah.
Granted, the only gun Khan has is a plasma pistol. But that's because...
He has grenades.
Oh, yeah, I think everyone has grenades by default at this point.
He doesn't even have a plasma pistol.
What, Typhus?
Oh, Khan.
Oh, Khan...
Typhus doesn't have one.
Yeah, Khan's got a plasma pistol.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a master-crafted one, so it doesn't overheat. Or that's what it used to be, at least. Because it was like, you paint it gold instead of silver to show it's fancy. And then Khan's just doesn't give a shit and pistol whips someone with it. Because that was back in the day when pistols counted as a melee weapon for how many attacks you got. Like, in, 7th ed. So you've got this huge axe which does all your damage, but technically you get to hit with that once more because you've got a gun as well that's technically a melee weapon. The good old days. I say the good old days, it was kind of fun.
The
good old days where look out sir didn't mean you can't get shot at. It just meant you could sacrifice your peons in the way instead.
I can't find this video. It's really annoying me.
Oh, it feels bad. Maybe because there's not enough orcs after it, it's not reappearing from the warp. You just got to start a warg for it, and it will reappear when you least expect it. Just like Tyranids.
Yeah.
Grimy fuckers.
I think they're in the next set. I think
Tyranids.
they're the part of the next arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
They announced Octavius, I think it was, which is the next one after Sheridan, which is the one we're looking at to do.
Yeah.
And it's it's Marines versus
Tyranids. I think it's Hive Mind Leviathan again, isn't it? That would
possibly.
I think that's the big one.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not a NID player, so I don't know my Hive fleets and stuff. I just know they're named after big monsters. I'd love to see the ability to do like a Nurgle, what do you call it? Tyranid army?
A Nurgle Tyrannid.
Well, because they are a plague in and of themselves. And
I mean,
it's probably like, you've probably heard worse ideas. I mean, there's like, what are they called? Galapox infected.
Oh yeah.
And then the Gene Stealer cults. So it's not like it's not that far off. Like a Nurgle themed Tyranid army wouldn't be that bad.
I suppose, yeah. It's more of a they can't consume warp stuff though. The plagues are warp.
Yeah, this is the thing. That's why I'm like, yeah. So like, I'm aware it's not a perfect idea, but I kind of think it'd be neat.
That'd be cool.
That the leader of
Still
that
annoyed.
the leader of that hive fleet is one of the few Tyranids that can touch the warp. So he's the progenitor for this like altered variant that works on Tyranids. But no, we are planning on doing a 40k campaign. We've got 2 factions confirmed, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's me and you that we've picked what armies we're playing.
So the campaigns, how are they like? How long do they usually take?
So they're like a series of battles, essentially.
Okay.
So we can kind of split it up.
I stuck the rules up.
The rules are in our Discord.
Yeah. I think about 6 weeks is the...
If you do, like, a battle a week, I think it is.
Yeah.
So we can, like, split it up and spread it out.
Okay, that's
But the first faction, I think, was mine, and no one saw this coming, but I'm playing Deathcore again. after like the last time where I was like, I'm gonna play Deathcore because they look kind of fun, and then went on a 3-hour binge listening to their lore and watching videos and stuff, and I came into the Discord that day. I was just like, Deathcore, and promptly fucking died.
The Grey Knights get wiped out in
I
turn
feel,
one.
that's still a feels. I genuinely feel bad for Connor for that.
Yeah, that was an awful lot of people dying, and
Like, we're like, oh, Connor's like, I want people who just don't die very easily. So my brain defaulted to Grey Knights because they're the toughest Space Marines.
Oh, man,
Apart
I've
from
got all my
like,
picks into
what, the
Grey.
Custodies are meant to be like even tougher. But
yeah.
the Custodies are also kind of like weird gold-looking assholes. So I was like, yeah, but Grey Knights are cool. Only for Georgina to level a Necron Annihilation Barge at them and be like,
Yeah,
robot noises. Pew.
that was possibly a bit much.
Yeah, I think like the Annihilation Barge was a bit much for a game to learn.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
just like,
we were just trying to like fill out the numbers.
just do what I do, just bring more men.
Yeah,
The Imperial Guard strategy of 3,000
I
dudes
feel
to kill
if we
one
picked
thing.
too many men, though, the game would have gone on for ages.
Yeah, it does kind of be like that. Which is why any game I'm in is going to take ages because I'm deathcore. Thankfully, once I got into the groove of figuring out what my men could do and targeting and stuff, it was quick to roll through. It was just a lot of rolling. But I think the goal is to get.
I think I might
What was that?
finally. I think I might have finally found it.
Oh, nice.
Let me just
Check
continue talking.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just,
I think the goal is if we. I think you mentioned this earlier, but getting 3 teams would be a good option.
yeah.
Um,
No, I think 3 teams would work well.
because then we could
2 teams will work as well, but not.
not as that we.
It's like
Yeah, not.
1v1v1.
Well, hopefully if we could do 3 teams of 2, that would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
And like, army building will be separate this time rather than the same stack like we did last time. Where we had like the one PL split half and half. It'll be our own separate PL, and then we can upgrade through the campaign. I'm actually gonna bring a tank this time. I played IG and didn't bring 12 tanks, which is my problem.
Yeah.
I am putting that down to, I thought, like, my intent was it's a game for Connor and Georgina to learn. Lots of IG dudes will at least shield the Grey Knights, and then Georgina brought a tank. I was like, there's nothing I can do here.
You could have stood in the way.
That thing had blast, I would have done shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, it
the
would have...
blast only. Yeah, it's only 1 unit. Like,
Yeah, but they, like, from the way the model looked, you could just go slightly over.
yeah. I mean, that's fair.
You know, not that my guard would have a problem charging a tank if it meant saving 1 Space Marine. Like, that's why I love the Death Corps, is they're actually more... They're almost as fanatical about the Emperor as the Astartes are. If not worse. Entire regiments of Death Corps will die to save one of the Emperor's chosen, you know? Like,
Yep.
We do not care. we are repaying our sins of the past. We will sacrifice ourselves. Melee attack with a grenade. You appear to have frozen there, Alex. Oh. Ho. Yeah, he's definitely frozen. Ah, it's my face! There we go, yeah. But no, so like, I'm gonna play Death Corps, which is Imperial Guard, because that's the army I like, and they're fun. And it's honestly incredibly satisfying to just turn around and be like, slap an order down and be like, oh, we're double shooting now, boys! I hope you enjoy 166 last gunshots! And then they all miss.
I think Viking's camera's down.
Yes, I did mention that. So I'm just gonna leave. Might be an internet problem on his end because he stopped talking as well. I don't want to click boost the server Discord, you pillock. Alex has decided that he's playing Deathwatch, which will be kind of neat. Which are specialist Astartes made up of men from the different chapters and taking into a new chapter, as it were. And Alex has dropped completely. Huzzah! Or not huzzah. I think he'll join back when stuff's fixed.
Yeah.
So Alex is going to play Deathwatch. They turn up and do the jobs that even normal Astartes don't want to do. They are like the special forces of the Imperium, even beyond that of the Astartes. They have they're like one of my favourite designs because they're like dark green and black with like a skull for a face. I think they're great. Death Guard were my other option. I was debating between Death Corps of Krieg and the Death Guard. So I remember you mentioning you're going to partake in the campaign, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Are you going to try Grey Knights again? Or
I would like to see what
other armies.
I mean, these are still pretty cool.
I mean, great. I like. They're like anti-psychers. Unfortunately, they kind of struggle nowadays against anything that isn't demons or demon adjacent, or like chaos. They're good against. Yeah, they're just really good against demons. So the moment you hear someone play demons, you turn around and be like, target acquired. Smite.
Yeah.
But it's like we've pretty much got the capability for you to play any army you want. If you want to play so there are 3 big overarching factions, air quotes, very, very loose air quotes, in 40k. You've got the Imperium of Man, the Imperials. That's your Grey Knights, your Custodes, your Adeptus Mechanicus, your Sisters of Battle, your Space Marines, your IG, your Death Corps, your Death Guard, all the we are human or human buffed or like superhuman stuff. You've got Chaos, which is your Chaos Marines, your Chaos Demons, your Thousand Suns, your Nurgle, your cultists, that kind of stuff. You pretty much anything that pops up in the Imperium armies, you can turn around and be like, yo, but I'm playing Chaos instead. Lol. Like there's I don't know if there's rules for it, but in the lore there's even a Dark Mechanicum, so you can play dark like Chaos aligned Adeptus Mechanicus, which I think is fun. I kind of like that idea. And then you've got the Xenos, which is every race that isn't human, good or bad, if that makes sense. If you don't worship the Chaos Gods and you aren't human, you're a Xenos and you're filthy scum. That's your Orcs, your Tyranids, your Tau, your Eldar, your Dark Eldar. Necrons, that's the one I was forgetting. I think Viking's internet has died because he's gone off completely.
I'll have to look into it and just like find one. How do they play? Because I think last time we went through them, like the Grey Knights are like big tanky, like all points one guy.
Yeah, like Grey Knights are very, very big dudes. Imperial. So we'll start with the Imperial forces. They're your air quotes good guys, but there is no good unless you're Tau, in which case you believe in the greater good, and we don't like you.
Not the even better good.
No, there's the Imperial Guard, which are good at two very different, very distinct things. Mm-hmm. 1, I have more men than you, or 2, I have more tanks than you do men.
Oh, okay.
They are like the closest to traditional military tactics I'd say of nowadays. They are combined infantry. They like combined ground and air, vehicle and infantry. Yeah. Okay. Which is why you didn't. Which is why I kind of did really bad in our tutorial game, because I picked Death Corps, which is an Imperial Guard sub-army. Yeah. And then promptly didn't bring a tank.
Oh, well.
For reasons we've been over multiple times at this point. You've got the Space Marines, the Adeptus Astartes. They are your big superhuman soldiers. There's not many of them, but they generally pack a punch. I mean, they lug around guns that shoot explosives, like, you know, by default. Bolt guns are explosive weapons. There's like a bunch of different chapters, they're called, and they do a bunch of different things. Like your Ultramarines, which are the blue ones, which everyone calls the Smurfs, or your Ultra Smurfs. They are like the dead middle. They're the general easiest SM faction to play. If you want to play up close and personal and smack people in the face with a big sword, but don't want to be evil, you've got Blood Angels. They're vampires.
Nice.
They're the closest to vampires you'll get. They have like the gene seed that they come from is slightly corrupted by like a blood frenzy, which is why they make very good melee combatants, because they have a built-in rage mechanic, like, generally.
That's cool.
If you want to play like the big siege game, I think they're called Yellow Fists. Iron Fists, I think, because I know the Iron Warriors are the Chaos ones. Pictorial list of Space Marine chapters. Thank you. Can I have the main ones? That'd be nice. There is a lot of chapters, a lot of which are just sub-chapters of other ones.
Yeah.
Like, as an example here, the Angels in Carmine are a second founding successor chapter of the Blood Angels.
Cool.
What am I looking for? The Iron Fists, Imperial Fists. That's the one I was thinking of. They're the yellow dudes with the white and black fists. So, they have a tendency to maneuver around the galaxy and fight wherever the Emperor tells them to fight, and they are siege experts. They like big static guns and stuff.
Nice. That does sound pretty cool.
And like taking out enemy fortifications.
So what's it like for them? Do you just like have a bunch of like static weapons that then
Big
travel
gun,
like,
go.
super good?
They are the
Nice.
closest thing to big gun go burr that the Space Marines get.
I like the sound of
Without
that.
like
What are
going,
they called again?
they're called Imperial Fists. If you want the Chaos version, they're called the Iron. I think they're called Iron Warriors.
I'm gonna just put that in chat because I like the sound of that in the Discord.
Iron Warriors are Chaos, and they are. Yeah, they're like the big. They're the big siege. Yeah, so like Imperial Fists are like big gun, big siege, big fun. Dark Angels are kind of skirmishy infantry tactic stuff. They deal with a lot of chaos units because there is literally a chaos faction of Dark Angels. What am I missing? If you like bikes and like lots of bikes, the White Scar. They're very fast attack, aggressive Space Marines. They like bikes, they like hover jets, they like quick attacks. They like to be aggressive.
What are they called again?
The White Scars.
Alright. Cool.
Um,
Making a list.
I think the last major Space Marine one to consider is Space Wolves.
Okay.
Big Viking Space Marine.
That's cool.
They wear big fur, like, cloaks of wolf skin and stuff, and go into war with giant wolves and machinery and stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Alright.
that was fun.
Yeah, we're just rattling through, like, the different factions of Space Marines and stuff. Trying to help kind of settle on what to play. So we started with the Imperial Forces. I've explained IG, Space Marines. I've mentioned Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Imperial Fists, White Scars, and Space Wolves. I'm not sure I'm missing any.
I love that this is just degraded into a.
Yeah, it has. Like, it's fine. This is.
I mean, you're missing about 1,000.
I know, but they're like the major ones. You know? They're the recognizable ones that you see and go, oh, I get those.
Crimson Fist, Black Templars.
Oh, Black Templars is the other one. They're kind of yeah, Crimson Fists. I remember.
Yeah.
If you've
Breaking
played,
news.
Oh.
If you look in the Warhammer thing.
Dragons.
Oh yeah. Warhammer, Age of Sigmar. I mean, it's not
Age of Sigmar.
It's not fantasy, but it's fantasy.
No 40k dragons.
No, I'm afraid not. I mean, there's Void Dragon, but it's, yeah.
That involves playing Dark Eldar, though, doesn't it?
No, that's Necron.
Oh,
it's got dragon in the name.
It's close enough. Oh,
it's not a dragon.
We've got actually named dragons now.
Yeah, look at these.
Krondis, son of Dracothion.
Yep. just butcher that pronunciation quick.
Yeah, I'm really good at butchering pronunciation here. It's literally almost like my job. Those gauntlets are Helen. Those like vambraces are really nice.
Yeah. So it looks like they've got a Stormcast dragon and an Ook dragon.
Yeah, this is the evil dragon. Because it's got
forces of destruction.
Because it's got the big neck. It's got big neck corruption.
Oh, that looks. I think those are scars rather than corruption.
It kind of like goes into detail here that it like. Oh, that one's it fights the forces of destruction. And that when a dragon spends too long in the realm of beasts, though, a little of that realm may also find its way into the dragon.
Ah.
So that's what I think that's what that alludes to. I think it's nice, like really nice either way.
That is kind of cool. I like that they're posed, so if you put them side by side, they'll be sort of facing each other.
Yeah, like I quite like that.
The red one would have its wing around the blue one. That's
yeah, I think that's actually awesome.
What up, buddy? Come here.
Punches him in the gut.
Yeah.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind doing an Age of Sigmar game, like once we've done the 40k campaign. Because
I've recently picked up the new rulebook for it, so that's a thing we could do.
Yeah, tempting. Because I remember I attempted to learn Age of Sigmar once on Tabletop Sim, by playing 1,000 points of Lizardmen.
Start small. Why would you go that big immediately? Like,
because on the Discord that I'm on, that was the smallest game I could find.
All right.
It was like 1,000, and then jumped to 1,500 and 2,000. I'm like, never played Age of Sigmar. I'll start with a K. Also because Lizardmen are cool and one of the few armies that remain relatively unchanged between Fantasy and AOS.
Yeah, they haven't been updated in ages, man.
Yeah, I know, but I like big lizard with gun. Big lizard with magic beam.
The big croak guy, he got a new model.
Yeah, but he's still the same guy. He's just old. Just sits on a throne. He's like, I'm so old. Me moving causes ripples in the winds of magic. Finger
just
gun.
A giant frog.
Just finger gun emojis, and someone goes, ah, and explodes. What's the guy from Dragon Ball? What's the guy from Dragon Ball who's like, no. the elder Namekian, yeah. I kind of do want to do Age of Sigmar. If we circle back round to 40k.
Do we have to?
Just because I want to see if we can get.
All right. What have you got? What have you got?
I mean, we're talking about the different armies for Connor.
Okay.
To see what
he's
he
going
wants.
with Marines, was he?
I was just going through, like, starting with the Imperials because they're kind of like the simplest, and then going like through the Chaos and Xenos. Because we've
once upon a time.
We've been through. I've explained IG.
How about you can pick one
based on the color scheme. How to pick your Space Marines. Go for a fancy color.
What? Personally, that's what I do. I just pick one that I like the look of and make the rules up later.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. That's why I'm a Khan player in real life. I saw Khan's model and was like, this is a game all about big guns, and this guy's got a big axe. I respect it. And then was like, yeah, but he also hates demons. I also respect this. And then suddenly I've got 1,500 points of just berserkers.
Well, it depends. What sort of faction are you going for?
Me, not too sure. I like the Space Marines though. I mean,
Cool. Like, there's lots of flavour of Space Marine though.
Yeah,
I mean, I picked out like a couple and put them in the chat, and I think I'm either set for big guns or like motorbikes.
For big
White Scars.
Yeah, White Scars is motorbikes. Big guns though.
Space Attila, basically.
Space Mongols.
Space Attila the Hun.
Yeah.
And then Imperial Fists.
Which is the big gun faction. They're the siege. They're the siege Marines.
They like building walls
and taking walls down.
Yeah.
They like to fight the Iron Warriors because they're both good at dealing with each other and also hate dealing with each other.
They're both like siege warfare specialists. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're both kind of, the Imperial Fists are a bit lifeless, but they've got some good rules,
and they've got a good game plan. My gun is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
What other armies are we Imperial? I've explained IG. It was like it's combined infantry.
Yeah, it's just throw infantry at them until either you or they give up.
Until the tanks get through. Grey Knights are anti-demons. They're like, that's their big shtick.
Yeah.
Fuck you if you're a demon. Fuck you and the Hellsteed you came in upon. Otherwise they're flavorful Space Marines with pole arms.
You got Admech, who are horny for machines.
Adeptus Mechanicus or Space Robot Ninjas.
Admech, Adeptus Mechanicus.
They get one of their fast attack choices is literally the robots with two swords, isn't it? Like the fucking whole squad of like speedy ninja robots. You're like, why? They also have like a Mad Max-esque vibe with like the walkers and stuff.
Yeah, I really don't like their vehicles.
I like the style, but
steampunk aesthetic. Like, it doesn't fit the setting.
I think I agree. Like, I like the top half. But the legs.
They've got a plane whose wings are made of paper. Like,
what are they, like origami?
It's the 41st. It's the 41st millennium. They're still using wings made of paper.
World War One called. It wants its biplanes back.
One of their tanks is just a box on legs. Like,
oh yeah, the Scorpion.
Literally
Walker.
just a box.
It's surprisingly tanky for a box on legs,
it looks awful.
It does.
All of their vehicles are awful. Infantry looks quite nice.
You've got the Sisters of Battle, who kind of suffer because they haven't been updated for a while.
They've got a new codex out, so they're sort of alright now.
They've also got the funnest vehicle you'll find in 40k, which is flamethrower tanks. They're the only faction with flamethrower tanks.
They've also got one which fires rockets out of a church organ, which is quite funny.
Oh, I love that. It's so good. They're like big religious zealots and like...
Yeah. They're basically like...
Plays Megalovania on the church organ and like demolishes half the city.
Deathwatch? You do Deathwatch?
I mentioned that they are like the special forces of the Space Marines. They're like plucked from each different chapter and put together to go and deal with the things normal Marines don't want to deal with.
Imperial Knights.
I have not gotten around to Knights.
Imperial Knights.
You get 4 dudes and they're all like 15 feet tall.
No, you get 1 dude and he's 15 feet tall. But they're all like 25 power each.
But he's literally a Titan. Was it Adeptus Custodes? I hope you like gold. They're anti-psyker, protect the Emperor. They are the best.
I don't think they're anti-psyker. They're just
they've got the silencing
really
blade
big
things,
space.
don't they?
Have they?
Like I remember, like their lore is big. Let me boot up Battlescribe.
Solid. But yeah, you got all the Chaos guys.
Don't you love it when
Chaos guys are a lot of fun.
hang on.
space bugs.
Don't you love it when? There we go. That's fixed. Okay, can I have? There we go. Can I have Battle Scribe, please? Where are you? Oh. Yeah, still kind of focusing on Imperials. Trying to think if there's any Imperials we've missed. I mean,
well,
Deathcore, but they're just IG with shovel rather than bayonets. Like, honestly, that's the only
if
real
you're gonna go
difference.
for sub factions, we could go we could be here for fucking days.
Yeah, exactly. Let me. New Army.
Blood Angels, Black Templars.
Yeah, I think Black Templars was the main one I missed. I explained Blood Angels as just angry Space Marines that like to punch things. Force, Imperium, Death Corps of Krieg. Oh, okay, I can just go through the list on here. This is great. Yeah, Adeptus Sororitas, which is Sisters of Battle, Black Templars, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Death Watch, Imperial Fist, Iron Hands, which are like probably the closest mix between Adeptus Mechanicus and Space Marines.
Yeah, they're Space Marines who worship machines.
Machines, yeah. The Raven Guard, that's not one.
Stealthy Space Marines.
Yeah,
if that's a thing.
Salamanders. I like the Salamanders. They're like Forge Masters, aren't they? Like making a bunch of random shit.
Yeah, their whole thing is protecting civilians and just burning everything.
And their other whole thing is, oh no, the Primarch's vanished again. Ultramarines, which I mentioned as just the bare
they
basics.
can go fuck themselves.
Yeah,
like,
the White Scars.
You don't wanna.
And then on here, the other Imperial.
Space Wolves.
Space Vikings with the actual pet wolves.
Space Vikings. Yeah.
Then on here on Battlescribe, the other Imperial armies, you've got the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. I think that's a Forge World thing, isn't it?
That's part of the IG lot, I think.
Yeah, like, Adeptus Custodes, which are the gold guys that protect the Emperor. Adeptus Mechanicus. The Astra Militarum, which is just
IG.
Just IG. Yeah.
Yep.
Blackstone Fortress. I think that's just a set of buildings you can purchase as an IG player.
Blackstone Fortress.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are they talking about the game?
No clue.
Because there's a game with miniatures in it.
Maybe.
Where are you getting this information?
I'm just going down the forces in the 9th ed data pack for Battlescribe.
Right.
Death Corps, we've been over that. Eclodian Star Striders, I think they're just like IG drop troops, really.
Oh, Elysian.
No, Eclodian Star Striders. Elysian drop troops are next.
Alright.
I think they're just sub-factions of IG, I think.
Yeah, they're sub-factions of IG.
Grey Knights, we've been over that one. Imperial Knights, Titans, the Inquisition, also known as Fuck You Chaos, we exist.
I've got an Inquisitor. I use him as the leader of my Marine army.
Nice. Legion of the Damned, they're also Space Marines, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're
even more like nasty Space Marines than the Death Watch, if I recall.
I think they're just like they sort of live in the warp.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
they turn up, deal with random shit, and then leave.
Yeah.
All like
I don't really know them.
The Officio Assassinorum.
Oh yeah. Just
Assassins. Sisters of Silence. They're the anti-psycho ones. My bad.
Yeah.
And the Titan Legions, which are like, if you wanted to play Imperial Knights, but they're not big enough. That's it for the Imperial.
We're playing at 100 power, right? Here we go.
One man. That's all that's listed here for Imperials. Let me go from the Eldari, which is Eldar and Dark Eldar.
Yeah, Harlequins.
Craft Worlds, which is good Eldar.
Inari
Drakari is Dark Eldar, and Harlequins, which are just weird.
You have Inari as well, which I think is a mixture of all of them.
Think so, but it's not listed on here.
Yeah, that's because there'll be a mixture of all of them.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Chaos, you've got Chaos Knights, which is if you want to play Imperial Knights, but also evil. Chaos Space Marine.
You don't want to be generic about it.
Yeah, you're an edgy Space Marine player.
Yeah, edgy Space Marine.
Chaos Space Marines, edgy normal Marines. Chaos Titan Legions, edgy 1 man for 100 points. Chaos Demons, if you want to just be like an angry cultist.
Just want tits everywhere.
Oh yeah, you fucking damn it, Slanesh. We just were talking about.
Get out of my game, Slanesh.
The Death Guard, which is Nurgle.
Yeah.
If you want to play
1,000 Suns.
1,000 Suns, which is to Zenith. If you want to,
Cinch.
yeah, if you want more sorcerer in your sorcerer, and also want to play animated armor for 90% of your army. Galapox Infected. I think they're kind of.
That's Death Guard.
Yeah, it's in the sub-faction of Death Guard. Renegades and Heretics, this is Legend, so I presume that's old stuff. And Servants of the Abyss, which I'm gonna presume is Abaddon stuff? Or just another random Chaos faction?
I don't know Servants of the Abyss.
The Fallen, which I think are Chaos Dark Angels.
Yep.
Those are a separate thing on here for some reason, not listed as Chaos, because I think they're kind of weird, aren't they?
They use Imperial rules because they are kind of still Imperial.
Yeah. Then outside of that, you've got Necrons, Orcs, the Tau. Tyranids are split into 2 sections. You've got Tyranids themselves, and then the Gene Stealer cults.
Gene Stealer cultists, yeah.
Yeah, and then the last but not least, I don't think it's really a thing you can pick, but it's unaligned monsters and Gribblies. So I think that's just kind
I'm gonna play Unaligned.
me and my army of Ogrins. I think that kind
They're
of
aligned. Don't give me that shit.
they're IG. I'm so glad they brought Ogrins and Rattlings back. I was like, I miss my tiny boys and my big boys.
I still want my squats.
Yes. Actually, no,
Bring back my
they
squats.
can't come back because they actually went into the lore and destroyed the squat homeworld. It got Tyrannided and then exterminatus.
They ruin everything.
Just like Kriegians did with Krieg. Krieg people are our own natural enemy. But no, there are a lot of factions, and honestly, your best bet is to probably like boot up Battlescribe, pick one, and be like, "What does these units do?" And then just kind of go through them. And then like, or just
We'll have a bit of a read.
Yeah, let's have a bit of a read. Chuck questions in the Warhammer channel and the Discord, and then we can bully everyone else into joining, so we have more than 3 people. Worst case, it'll just be the 3 of us, like,
Yeah,
rotating battles.
that'd be fine.
Like me and my. I'm half tempted to play that army that I posted a video in our Discord. Guy took an all infantry army to a competitive Night Dead tournament. He took 260 infantry models. I'm like, oh my, why? Imagine setting up your 20 Marines. The other guy's got nearly 300 IG, and they're just all dudes. You're like, why?
Yeah. I have about 50, to be fair.
Granted. So his company list was 3 commanders. Oh, Connor's gone. 3 commanders, 2 Tempestor Primes, 1 with a commander on, 1 with Baboons, 1 Aradia Meladon, 3 platoon commanders, 12 infantry squads with plasma gun, 3 blobs of conscripts, which totaled 86 different dudes. So 86 of his 260 were conscripts. 3 command squads, 2 of which had 4 times melter guns, and the other one was 4 times plasma guns. 3 special weapons squads, 2 of which were 3 times melter, and 1 of which was 3 times plasma. 3 Scion squads, all had the 3 plasma pistols, and 2 had double plasma and 1 had double melter. Total, 260 dudes with 42 special weapons.
Fix bayonets.
Bring it down! Unloads the 30 plasmas.
Right, I think we're probably coming close to the end now.
We are. We've peaked at over an hour, so I think it's a good time to wrap up our schedule once again and skedaddle for the evening. So thank you everyone for watching. don't forget, on Mondays, 8 PM BST, you'll catch us ranting and raving about everything gaming related and whatever else we fancy talking about on this Just In, which is what you've been watching today.
Try not to go on so much about Warhammer next time.
We try. I make no promises. Wednesday, this week, we're playing Stoneblock 2 at 8 PM BST. And on Friday at 8 PM BST, once again, you see the theme here, we are playing Pokemon Unite. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually so hyped. Like, I have been your host, Kazu, and again with me today is Viking and Connor. And what we shall do is see you on Wednesday. Hasta la vista.
See you later.